Hello, everyone, and welcome to Love Advice TV. If this is your first time visiting the channel, welcome. This is a channel that we have created for you guys to help you guys through whatever it is you are going through. Whether you need support with a breakup or navigating a difficult relationship or trying to get back with your ex or whatever the case may be, we created this community in the channel for you. My name is Danny and I'm one of the head coaches here at the With My Ex Again project and here at Love Advice TV. One of the most recent questions that I got in my DMs actually, and this is a question that I get quite frequently, is Coach Danny, I am currently in a situation where my ex wants to be friends. What do I do? Usually, when this question comes up, I have to take a moment, right? I pause for a second because there's always this common misconception of, if we proceed as friends, does that mean I am being friend zoned? And friend zone is a very scary phrase for a lot of people because the last thing that you want is to transition from a romantic relationship to a platonic relationship, because the idea is if you do, there is no way to get back to the romantic side of the relationship. So usually, when I have a one-on-one coaching session, right? So if you and I are sitting down and we are having a conversation and we are talking about the subject and you ask me, you say, Coach Danny, what do I do? Do I move forward in this friendship? Do I try to approach it from this angle? Is this a good strategy to try to get my ex back? The first question I'm going to ask you is, do you have the emotional and mental bandwidth to be able to navigate that? Right? Because that's incredibly important. It's a crucial thing to think about. And most people don't, because you are so focused and concerned and prioritize wanting to be in your ex's life so that they don't forget about you, so that they don't move on, so that you feel like you have somewhat control of the situation, that you completely neglect your emotional state and your mental state. And usually what I've come to find is that this is perpetuated, right, from your behavior in the relationship. And it's possible that the reason for why the relationship ended was because you prioritized your partner over yourself. Your needs and your expectations didn't really count or matter, right? Because you were more focused and concerned about how your partner was feeling and what they needed and all those types of things, and you burnt out. You lost yourself. You lost your identity. So be consciously aware of that, because if you are repeating the same cycle post-breakup, what's actually going to end up happening is that you're going to validate for your ex the reasons for why the breakup happened in the first place, the reason for why they walked away. So, number one, reflect. Take a moment, take a breath, take a beat. It's okay. That does not mean that your ex is going to disappear forever, right? So if they come to you and they say, hey, are you willing to be friends? Are you okay being friends? It's okay to say, I need a minute to think about this. I need some time to really reflect and to spend time with myself and really process what that looks like and what that means. I guarantee you that if you do that, they will find that more sexy and appealing and respect that way more than if you just jump into it right away. Because let's be honest, if your ex is wanting to be friends immediately after a breakup, most of the time what I've come to find is that it's self-serving. That doesn't mean they're a selfish person, but it's self-serving in the sense that they want to be reassured in the decision that they made. And the reassurance comes from you saying, yes, I want to be friends, because then that validates for them that the decision that they made was the right decision. So pause, take a moment, take a step back. And when you do take the step back and you reflect, are you actually okay being friends? Ask yourself that question, right? Is the fear of losing this person driving you to make a decision, a rash decision, just to keep them in your life that may result in you losing them down the line anyways, because you are not emotionally or mentally capable or ready to handle that dynamic. So you put up a mask, you pretend like everything is okay, and then at some point that mask slips. And when that mask slips, your ex is going to feel like they've been bamboozled. Yes, that's a weird word. It's fine. Go with it. So they're going to feel like they've been tricked a little bit, right? So they're going to pull away. They're going to want to separate from the dynamic. So take the time, right? Take time, process. If you have to heal from the breakup, heal. If that takes 30 days, 45 days, 60 days, whatever the case may be, do it. And actually, that time and space that you are creating between the breakup and considering whether you want to be friends gives your ex the opportunity and the ability to think and process everything that happened. And hell, it might even make them second guess their decision, right? Because if you jump directly into a friendship, it's kind of the concept that they have their cake and they're eating it too. They don't have to make any decisions right away. They don't have to overthink anything because the dynamic is basically kind of the same, just without the romantic element. So the time and the space is incredibly important. The last part of this is if you do decide to be friends with your ex, it is very important that during that period of time that you are reflecting and going inward to determine whether you are emotionally capable of handling that friendship, that you set very clear expectations and boundaries. What is this going to look like? I have oftentimes found that when people jump from a relationship directly into a friendship, it can get incredibly confusing because if you've been together for an extended period of time, for a while, whatever the case may be, the way in which you interact with one another, right? So physically, the way that you speak to each other, all of those types of things, you have a tendency of falling back into behaviors that were exhibited within the relationship, but now you're not in the relationship. So that's where you get confused because you think to yourself, well, shit, we're kind of acting the same way that we did before, but we're not really in a relationship. So what does this mean? Is that a sign that they want to be? And you just go down that rabbit hole, right? So setting very clear expectations and boundaries. Hey, if we are going to be friends, this is what it is that I am looking for. This is what I'm going to need in order to feel comfortable in doing that. Now, I know that you're probably saying to yourself, well, if I set boundaries and expectations, they're not going to want to cross those things. Yes, I get that. But what you're actually doing is that you are giving yourself value again. You are causing your partner to take a look at the situation and respect you and value you because you are bringing value to yourself and saying, hey, you know what? I'm worth the investment, the energy, the time. I deserve more. So if we are going to jump into this dynamic, this is what I need. And that is a sexy quality because you are taking control of the situation and you are taking control of your life. So to answer the question, which I hope I did in this video, is you really have to decide whether it's something that you think is going to benefit you or not, right? It is possible to build back romance if we start from the foundation of a friendship. Some of the strongest relationships that I have seen start with a friendship. So when you think, okay, this is not a possibility, we're never going to get back together, remind yourself, you are two individuals who at one point were very much attracted to each other, and therefore the potential to re-attract each other is there. It's just about following the right steps, making sure the timing is right, and strategizing, right, accordingly so that you position yourself in the best light to re-attract your ex. If you relate to this, right, if this is your situation and you feel like I am completely lost, even after this video, I am completely lost, I would be more than happy to guide you through this process. I have done it time and time and time again with many clients who are in a similar situation as you. And I've said this over and over again in my videos. You know, when we are at our weakest point, when we feel the most vulnerable, sometimes we just need somebody to grab us by the hand and say, hey, let's go. I got you. I have your back. I'm that person. I can help you with that. I do this all the time. And my priority, obviously, is you, making sure that you are mentally and emotionally prepared to be able to take the next steps to re-attract your ex. So make sure that you are following the right strategies, the right recommendations, all of that. Because if you try to go rogue, most of the time it will not end in your favor. So again, if you feel like you need support, I am more than happy to help you through that process. You can book a one-on-one coaching session with me via the website, which is www.withmyexagain.com. Or just to make your life easier, I'm going to attach the link for coaching in the detail box below, right? So that way you just have to click on the link and it goes directly to the coaching page. Maybe you just want more information. You just want to read a little bit more. You want to peruse the website. Again, it's www.withmyexagain.com. And you will find articles and blogs and videos and webinars and lives and all the things that we provide for you guys to give you the support that you need. Again, my name is Danny. I'm your life and relationship coach. I hope you guys are staying happy and healthy, and I'll catch you in the next video.